Well, new satellite images accessed by NDTV indicate massive Chinese construction activity within Bhutanese territory near the Doklam plateau, where Indian and Chinese forces faced off in 2017. And we're going to explain all of this. Now, this is the part of a massive Chinese land grab which could pose a direct threat to Indian defenses in Sikkim. The big concern, construction here, means that Chinese forces could end up getting access to a strategic ridge in the adjacent Doklam plateau, which they were prevented from accessing in 2017. So let's bring out the images and give you a backgrounder first. This is the area where India and China had a tense 73-day standoff in 2017. That's the Doklam plateau marked in red. If we zoom in over here, the Doklam plateau is flanked by Sikkim to the west, China to the north, and Bhutan to the east. So that's the Doklam plateau that you see in a zoom up. In 2017, China started extending this road, which you can see they started extending this road by constructing across the plateau. Their goal was to get to the ridge line marked here. It's called the Jamperi ridge line. Access here meant that the Chinese would get a sight of the Siliguri corridor to the south, which is the narrow sliver of land that connects the northeast with the rest of the country. Now, they were prevented from getting to this ridge here by the Indian Army in the site that's called Clash Point in that map. This was the face-off site. Now, over the years, the Chinese have now gone on another route. They've made deep incursions on the east, as you can see in that area marked over there, in the river valley adjacent to the Doklam plateau, deep inside Bhutanese territory. So let's bring you some of the images in a little while, but firstly their locations. A new village almost completed. There's a Chinese village called Pangda, first identified by NDTV in 2020. There's the site of a third village, and there's a site of a deep excavation. Now, here's what the satellite images will in fact show you in extreme clarity. Now, the first image is village is almost complete. As you can see over there, it lies just across what was thought to be the international border between Bhutan and China. The second image is of the Chinese village of Pangda. That's just south of the first one. It is now complete, as we'll show you. In fact, if we zoom in, you can see cars at every doorstep. Further south of this particular village, which is now constructed, is the new village which is being constructed. You can see the foundations which have been built. In fact, what is of real concern is that you can actually see bridges across the river. The river there is called the Amo Chu river. In fact, as you can see as we zoom in over there, there are two bridges which have been constructed, indicating a Chinese intention to construct on both sides of the Amo Chu river. Remember, this is not their territory, it belongs to Bhutan. And further south, there is this deep excavation along a road that now stretches 10 kilometers into Bhutanese territory. So what is the bottom line? By constructing south, China is now nearly adjacent to the same ridge line that they wanted to get to in 2017. So let's show you our final image of that map once again, which is the next image. This is where they are now placed on the right of your screen. The arrow shows the same ridge line where they may be trying to get. It's just 7 to 8 kilometers away from where their present construction stands. So the big question is this Doklam 2.0? Perhaps a few years down the road, is this something India needs to be very worried about? Now, the Indian Army has reacted to all of this, and we can actually get you a couple of details. A statement of sources in the Indian Army have told NDTV that the Indian Army maintains a continuous and seamless vigil on all activities along our borders. There are necessary mechanisms and safeguards to meet any contingencies which are in place. The Ministry of External Affairs was also asked on all of this, but they declined to comment on this development. One way or the other, it is a very serious security threat to India.